If you're traveling a lot, listen up, because according to the FBI, the number of mid-air sexual assaults reported on commercial flights is increasing at an alarming rate. So this increase is 66% from 2014 to 2017.
Wow.
We're not talking about huge numbers. In 2014, it was 38 investigations. 2017, 63 investigations, but an over 60% increase. The reason this is important is because these assaults are occurring. A lot of times, people aren't initially reporting them. They're happening more often on these red eyes, flights that last a long time, involving alcohol oftentimes, and involving parts of the cabin where maybe a passenger is in a window seat and they may be asleep and there might be a blanket, and then the individual next to them starts groping them. And these can be incredibly frightening situations. Obviously, a lot of these probably happen with the victim, I'll use the word victim, maybe not realizing it, or they're so petrified that they just want to land and be gone, and they probably don't report it. But it's something you need to be aware of, because we would think you're up in an airplane with all these people on board that sexual assaults would not occur.
Yeah, well, apparently this is much more commonly happening to unaccompanied minors and to women. And to your point, people don't know what to do. Even if you do wake up and you're in this horrible scenario and someone's groping you, apparently, even though 1 in 5 flight attendants recently, according to a survey, said that they were aware that sexual assaults were happening in flight, a lot of these flight attendants aren't trained in how to handle this, and people as passengers aren't aware that they're supposed to report it in flight, because then the captain radios to the ground, and this becomes a federal issue. The FBI becomes involved upon landing and will come investigate. But if you wait till after you land and you're upset, and then 2 days later you call, you've really lost all your ability to control and to help the situation. If you are taking these overnight flights, try to be in an aisle seat, try to avoid the blankets so that things are visible, and then be a little cautious about sleeping meds or alcohol, because apparently they're involved in a lot of
if you're sleeping heavily, that's sort of setting you up for
And your comment is important. If you feel like there is someone sitting next to you that's being inappropriate, and it's certainly if it rises to the level of you feel assaulted, by letting the flight attendant know, the perpetrator on that flight probably feels invincible because they don't see law enforcement. But the flight attendants, by then contacting the ground, can make it very clear to that individual that although a federal agent may not be on that flight, they will be waiting as soon as they land, because they need to have some, quite frankly, disincentive from taking advantage of you. And even if you're just slightly uncomfortable, you're in the window. I keep picturing the window seat, back of a plane, all the lights are dim because it's a red-eye flight, and you're uncomfortable. Let the attendant know as soon as possible to prevent not only further groping, but this person can then be dealt with once you land.